Welcome to a special documentary on human trafficking. I'm Stella Daskalakis, and I'm standing on the Montana-North Dakota border, home of the Bakken, at one end of the human trafficking chain. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Stella Daskalakis. It's hard for seniors with a fixed income to find housing, but Volunteers of America is trying to help. And I'm Stella Daskalakis. Welcome, everyone. The build-up to this event happens all year long, but the last few weeks really means a lot to a lot of people. You know, Greg, I took a walk along the track and I saw the luminaria. Every candle has a name, and celebrate, remember, and fight back is what you'll see on those candles. According to studies done by city leaders, for the first time in Billings history, calls for emergency service exceeded 70,000, and that's a record. Greg, I'm going to create the scene for you. Right now, we are on South 32nd Avenue and 1st Avenue South. South 33rd is over there. Right now, I'm going to just step out of the way here a little bit so you can see firefighters and their efforts. They've gotten some of that fire put out. There is a ladder truck pouring water onto this fire. It was so incredible earlier tonight. There are about 4 engines, 1 ladder truck, and other trucks helping, a total of about 18 firefighters. And they called 2 of the off-duty crews here. Now, I want to show you what this scene looked like earlier tonight. Our photographer, Tyson Adams, was here when these flames were incredible. Now, what the fire chief tells me, Paul Dextrous, is that there were 3 buildings very close together. One caught on fire. It was fully engulfed when they got here, and the fire spread very quickly. We are talking about a 150-foot perimeter right now. Crews are taking a defensive approach. No one is allowed inside. Good news, though, no one was hurt. Of course, they are still investigating, still trying to get this fire out, and of course, crews will be here overnight keeping an eye on this fire. I am told that the cause, they'll have to spend probably the weekend trying to figure out what happened. I asked, what are these buildings used for? I've heard everything from an auction house to a storage facility. Someone mentioned that the owner was here very upset. We talked to a bystander who heard a loud explosion. I talked to a neighbor just a few seconds ago who said all of a sudden we heard this big explosion, came out and saw these buildings fully engulfed. It is quite a scene here. Firefighters are working very hard, and there are ashes flying everywhere right now, and it is very cold, but they're on this and they are going to stay here until it is put out. We welcome Governor Steve Bullock. We said earlier that he would be here. Governor, welcome.
It's great to be here with you today, Stella.
How did the State of the State go last night?
You know, I think it went well. We really spoke about being both fiscally responsible and making the sort of investments that'll have long-term payoffs in our state. Things like infrastructure, things like workforce, things like our youth. So I think we got a good positive reception, and now it's time that we get this work done.
Okay, here are a couple of topics that I picked out. First of all, let's talk about the gender pay gap. Last night you unveiled some suggestions to help narrow it. It seems common sense. What do you foresee happening?
I see it happening. I mean, we're right now in Montana, women on average make about 74 cents for every dollar a man makes. Now, I've taken some steps without the legislature even to we put together an equal pay task force to try to address some of the discrepancies. But the idea, like if you're a victim of domestic violence and you only get unemployment insurance because you have to leave your job for 10 weeks, everybody else would for 28 weeks. You know, nobody should have to keep in their job just to keep their family safe. We're doing some things with wage transparency as well that I think will make a difference.
Okay, let's talk about this early edge Montana. We don't have much time left. How do you see it working here in Billings?
I've spent a lot of time with both your superintendent and others, and we can do this. Ultimately, it'll be a voluntary program. Dollars will flow through the locally elected school district, but they can use that money within the district, Head Starts, or even private providers.
Okay, you've got a lot of good suggestions, and I'm sorry we're out of time, but you seem pretty optimistic.
I am, and I think that ultimately the legislature will do some good things for all of Montana, and that's what I expect and hope out of them.
Well, I am so honored that you came by, and we thank you very much for your time.
Thanks so much.
All right, back to you guys. Lieutenant Skillen says the Sheriff's Department did verify that the remains were human, but at this time cannot say whether those remains are male or female. Deputies then blocked off Colson Park's entrance off of Charlene Street near the PPL plant. Your bond dollars are at work, and you'll be pleased with renovations at McKinley Elementary School. Teachers, board members, architects, and the community took a walking tour of the work in progress at the school today. Zoo Montana gets a $4,000 gift today. The donation covers the cost to ship the new tigers from Florida. If you get a call from someone claiming to be with the IRS, be suspicious. Federal authorities want to warn you about what they're calling the largest nationwide phone scam ever. Texting while driving continues to cruise in the House today. It passed its second reading in the House by a close call, 52-48. Now, if approved, officers would be able to pull you over for texting while driving. Though this bill is just about texting, not general cell use. And hopefully, because everybody, the Relay for Lifers are asking me, what's the weather going to be?
Hopefully it'll be.
Come on, we've been practicing. Let's do it once.
Okay, well, just do it a couple times.
One,
all right, two, three.
Got all four of us.
Okay, enough. I must say, when I got here today to work, I did not have a lot of energy, but I am humbled and I am energized by being at this Relay for Life.
Well, and consequently, we're not inside.
Yeah, we're not inside, and I have to appreciate the fact that they're looking out for our safety. But you know what? It says a lot about Color 8, because we will not, I mean, we're on the air with the news.
We should honor our fearless leader, Alan Wagmeister.
We should. And our producer, Felicia Frank, and everybody else, our general manager.
The owner.
Yes.
Betsy Coles.
Yes.
Who just arrived in town today. Hi, Betsy.
Hi, Betsy. Yes.
Right. For associate RNs who wish to obtain their bachelor's degree.
Well, that's good. Adding a new program to the school. And I didn't know if we were going to get you back into the studio. It is
well, it
so
was
nice
tempting
outside
to stay out there, but yeah, I came back inside. It's
Can I have one of those bananas?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Smells
Celebrate
like
the
bananas.
tournament.
Eat my potassium.
By the
Thank
way, are
you.
you guys on Instagram?
Thanks
Hey,
for
everybody,
the
have a
banana.
great weekend. Hope to see you back here tonight at 10. Good night, everybody.
Good night.